Gender-neutral bathrooms are bathrooms that can be used by a person of any gender or gender identity. Often thought of as a Republican versus Democrat or conservative versus liberal idea, it tends to be a fairly polarized topic.
Austin City Council approves gender-neutral bathrooms. Gonna make you go in the bathroom. I've actually been in restaurants and hotels where it says man and woman, and you got to go to the bathroom, and you walk in, and there's a woman coming out of the stall, and I just leave. I mean, I'm not going to go sit on the toilet next to a woman.
I'd be uncomfortable dropping my pants in front of a stranger with a penis. Is that wrong? Does that make me transphobic? I don't think so. I think it actually makes me severely normal.
We all expect a certain level of privacy. And I've chatted to some of my friends, who are parents of young girls, and they go, hey, I don't know if I'd be comfortable with my daughter being in the same bathroom as an exposed penis. And I understand that. But it's not like I don't understand that completely, because I'm not comfortable being in the bathroom with an exposed penis. And I'm a man. This is something that nobody's comfortable. No one likes being around a penis that they didn't plan to see. This is something we all agreed on. And in life, there are certain types of privacy we forego. It's one of the deals we make.
And now we got these fear-mongering politicians that keep trying to pass these bathroom bills. Have you heard about these? They try to legislate to try and force people like myself to use the bathroom that they deem most appropriate according to the gender I was assigned at birth. And if these politicians ever get their way in Arizona or California or Florida, or just last week in Houston, Texas, or Ottawa, well, then using the men's room will not be a legal option for me either. And every time one of these politicians brings one of these bills to the table, I can't help but wonder, just who will and exactly how would we go about enforcing laws like these?
Here we've already encountered some of the major arguments surrounding gender-neutral bathrooms. On one side, we have the argument that men will abuse the space or law and enter bathrooms to expose themselves to women and girls, or to peep, or to rape women and girls. Under the laws where using the bathroom that matches your gender identity is legal, all of these situations are still illegal. There are zero reported cases of a transgender person being the perpetrator of assault. However, approximately 50% of trans people have experienced sexual assault. Last year alone, 27 trans people that we know of were murdered. Violence against trans individuals is something that's constantly there, but is rarely spoken about. Next, there's the overwhelming commentary on men and trans women entering women's bathrooms. However, there's rarely any dialogue about trans men or women entering men's bathrooms. This illustrates the societal view about the joke of a man in a dress.
In this whole situation, you know what I really blame? I blame the penis. Yeah, I blame the penis. Because that's what this is really about. No one wants to see a penis. Because have you noticed, no one's having the conversation the other way. No one's going, what, so there's going to be a vagina in the men's room? No one's saying that. Why?
Why? Because femininity tends to be looked down on, while masculinity tends to be celebrated in our society. Similar arguments have been used throughout history, most notably racial segregation during World War II. During this time, the idea that social equality for African Americans would lead to sexual danger for the pure and defenseless white woman began being broadly pushed. Since then, this trope has continued to be used to negate civil rights claims. Segregationists claimed integration would grant black men sexual access to white women, and that contact between black and white women in bathrooms would infect white women with venereal diseases. As we know now, these arguments were based solely in hatred and fear.
Society has done this over and over again. it's so painful. I mean, the same thing was said about black people. It's absurd. We can't share the bathroom with black people, white and black people in the same bathroom. It's absurd. What's gonna happen? What's going to be, a measuring contest, huh? What's gonna happen when black people come into the, like, you know what, when you look at it now, that seems absurd, right? As society, we move forward and we go, those notions were absurd. We cannot think of why anyone wouldn't have wanted to have a multiracial bathroom. There's no reason to not have it.
The next argument is more a statement of not wanting to be exposed to a penis in the women's room. To which I question, in a public restroom, how often do you encounter unclothed or undressed persons? In a bathroom with stalls and doors, how do you know what genitals a person peeing next to you has? Because the truth is, trans people have been using the bathroom with you for years, and you've never noticed because, contrary to popular belief, gaydar isn't real. All transgender and gender nonconforming people want to do in the bathroom is to do their business and get out, and hopefully without being questioned or harassed. Gender-neutral bathrooms would greatly decrease, if not eliminate, the chances of this happening entirely. If you're worried about being exposed to others, of course, there is the option of making single-stall, gender-neutral bathrooms.
So, let's just build some single-stall, gender-neutral bathrooms with a little bench for getting changed into your gym clothes. We can't change the world overnight for our children, but we can give them a safe and private place to escape that world, if only for just a minute. This we can do. So let's just do it. And if you are one of those people who's sitting out there right now, already coming up with a list of reasons in your head why this is not a priority, or it's too expensive, or telling yourself that giving a trans person a safe place to pee or get changed in supports a lifestyle choice that you feel offends your morality or your masculinity or your religious beliefs, then let me just appeal to the part of your heart that probably, hopefully, does care about the rest of the population. If you can't bring yourself to care enough about people like me, then what about women and girls with body image issues? What about anyone with body image stuff going on? What about that boy at school who's a foot shorter than his classmates, whose voice still hasn't dropped yet, hey? Oh, grade 8. What a cruel master you can be, right? What about people with anxiety issues? What about people with disabilities or who need assistance in there? What about folks with bodies who, for whatever reason, don't fit into the mainstream idea of what a body should look like? How many of us still feel shy or afraid to disrobe in front of our peers? And how many of us allow that fear to keep us from something as important as physical exercise? Would all those people not benefit from these single-stall facilities? We can't change transphobic minds overnight, but we can give everybody a place to get changed in so that we can all get to work, making the world safer for all of us.
The truth is, single-stall, gender-neutral restrooms don't help just trans and gender non-conforming individuals. They would help single parents, especially single fathers, individuals with social anxiety, individuals with accessibility needs, and so many more. When it's a single stall, why does it need to be gendered? So, the next time you encounter a gender-neutral bathroom,
after you've done your business, it's time to wash your hands. Apply soap and scrub for 30 seconds. While you're scrubbing, don't forget to take a long look in the mirror. Contemplate your vision for a gender-affirming world and meditate on the value of gender-inclusive facilities. Oops! Don't leave without fixing your lipstick!